Mr. Devan Nair, when he was in Parliament, he supported the ISA. But after that, he himself was detained and jailed. And his book, the introduction to Francis Young's book, if you have read it, he himself regretted his earlier decision. He says, if I know better, I would have asked to oppose it with nail and tooth and nail. So he regretted supporting the ISA. I think the ISA is a bad law because it is arbitrary. You have full power to somebody without any appeal devices. It's very dangerous. So I agree with you. I think we should all gather strength and ask for the ISA to be repealed. There is no emergency today. The ISA was a result of the emergency laws in the 1940s. But there is no emergency now. Taipo was detained longer than Mandela. What support has Taipo has? He is just a harmless, ordinary person going about his own business. He's not gathering a storm of troops or army or tanks to fight Singapore. Once I remember I spoke up for him in Parliament, and I mentioned that he had only the McDonald kids to rally around him. But unfortunately, when he was detained by the ISA, he had to languish all by himself in jail, except for his father and sister. Believe it or not, not one Singaporean raised his arm or voice for him to be released. I think we should all do something for those who are detained without trial.
Yes.
Well, we are in favor of the abolition of the ISA. It really it's a fundamental human right that people should not be detained without the opportunity to be tried by their peers. And it was established in 1216 by Magna Carta, the principle of habeas corpus. So you shouldn't be deprived of your liberty except under the most extreme circumstances. And most of the cases in Singapore, the people involved should have been brought to trial if they were guilty of any crime. So we would certainly support the payment of compensation to those who've been detained unjustly without trial and no charges or evidence has been brought against them. As regards what we would replace the ISA with, there is the real threat of terrorism. So we would contemplate bringing in some kind of, we would bring in a modern anti-terrorism legislation allowing perhaps the police to hold terrorist suspects for longer periods, say up to 90 days, or to subject people who are considered threats to control orders which restricted their ability to meet others or to have access to communications technology. Something along the lines of the control orders in the UK. I don't like that, but modern terrorism with its ability to kill large numbers of innocent people is a real threat.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Giang?
Regarding the question about ISA and detention without trial, Workers' Party is very clear on this, that we are against detention without trial, and we would like to see that be done away with. And at the same time, we realize that the threat of terrorism is something that we all have to deal with. It's not something that we can just wish away. And therefore, what we feel that should be done is to have a dedicated anti-terrorism law that allows a certain form of preventive detention, but with checks and balances to ensure that those detained have access to lawyers. Those lawyers can make representations to judges, to independent judges, and those judges can order the release of the detained if they find that the reasons for detention are unjustified. So I think this balances the need for security as well as the need to preserve our fundamental liberties and to ensure that all Singaporeans are free of fear to be able to speak up, to be able to engage in political action as long as it doesn't hurt the security of the state.
We name our party Socialist Front. That's actually the translated name of the Barisan Socialists, which was broken by the PAP when they swept their leadership into detention without trial. We did this to pay tribute to a party that might have changed the course of Singapore history had not for those detentions not being carried out. It goes without saying that we are firmly against detention without trial. The ISA must go.
Yes.
I will go further to say that there is another law that allows for detention without trial. Section 35, Criminal Law Temporary Provisions Act. That has to go as well. Because if you say that someone is a criminal or someone is a secret society member, then show me the proof. That's our stand. With regards to conscription, I will have to disappoint the young gentleman over there. I firmly believe that conscription is a must for Singapore, mainly because at least you are putting citizens into training where they will get to learn how to defend their country, which may one day be called upon to defend their rights.
And how about new citizens then?
I would approve for anyone who is a citizen of this country holding a pink IC to receive training under arms, to be deployed to units which will protect what we cherish and what we treasure. Why I say conscription is a must is because, can you imagine if we had a professional force that was strictly just professional soldiers, and they would be, in the course of this 40, 50 years of single party rule, be further divorced from the people? That is a bigger danger to our liberty.
Let me talk about ISA first. I have personal friends who are ex-ISA detainees. My position is ISA have to go, right? But anti-terrorism law, right? There must be a balance to be struck somewhere. If the internal security forces spend 1 year and cannot come up with any reasons for detaining, I think their competency is in question. They should not be used any laws to extend the detention. That is the logic I have, right? And most, to me, at most, Kenneth was saying that 90 days, right? At most, I say 1 year. I give you 1 year. You cannot find anything wrong with this person, and then he has to be released. 23 years is absurd, right? So it's 9 years, right? Now, about conscription. Our party position is, yes, we need a conscription, but we think it can be reduced to 1 year or 1.5 years. The reason is very simple. We are actually making use of our national service points to do national parades. Right? They are supposed to train to define this country, and they end up preparing for the pompous or celebration. I think that is absurd. We can reduce that. Right?
Hi, I wanted to say that we are in favour, 2 years of your life is far too long to spend doing NS, and our men are not properly compensated for the economic loss that they suffer. So we would like to reduce national service to 1 year initially, and then review it later on to see whether it could be reduced further. I mean, if countries like Taiwan have reduced it to 1 year and down to 6 months when they face an imminent threat of invasion, then there's no reason for us to keep national service at 2 years. And as regards the inequity of new citizens or scholars coming here, receiving scholarships, and then going straight into employment without doing national service, we would want to end that or ensure that they paid some kind of lump sum tax to compensate Singaporeans for what they've been through.
Well, the Workers' Party believes that national defense is a very important institution, and that we believe that national service should continue on, conscription should continue, and that every citizen, every male citizen has that very important role to play. I'm still an active reservist right now, and I'm proud to be able to serve my nation. I see myself as serving my nation, not serving the PAP or anything like that. And so I hope that all young men would approach it with that mindset that you're serving the nation, you're helping to put together a credible defense. National service and the army is not just there to fight a war. It's there to present a credible deterrence such that we'll never ever have to fight a war, because no enemies will want to fight with us because of the damage we can inflict on them if they do attack us.